right? So if they respond, then there's going to be an escalation. Iran will soon respond to the Iranian attack, the Wall Street Journal reports, citing three Western officials. The Middle East is on the verge of a full-scale conflict. The time has come for de-escalation and maximum restraint, said the UN Security General Guterres. If the United States initiate a military operation against Iran, Tehran will respond proportionately, the Iranian permanent representative to the UN Security Council said. Russia calls on all parties involved in the incident with Iran's attack on Israel to show restraint. No, there's no basis. I'm not saying it's legitimate to respond. I'm just saying that if they respond, then there's going to be hope for Palestine. Israel's military submitted a spectrum of response options to the government. So, diplomacy or not diplomacy, I suppose, is the spectrums too. So, military response to diplomacy will be the spectrums, I'm guessing. I don't know, dude, exactly what exactly it is. The idea of response could be strike or no strike, and there are many different scenarios between the two scenarios. The attack crossed. So remember, boys, that Iran said that they retaliated because that Israel crossed all the red lines. Okay, they said this, and now I'm getting this message from Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. This attack crossed every red line, and Israel receives the legal right to retaliate. They're just copying what they said, dude. I'll come back, Cat Cube. 190 days of Israeli genocide in Gaza. Over 40,000 killed, almost 80,000 wounded, 15,000 children were killed. $70,000 tons of explosives has been dropped in Gaza. That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. How many tons was the nuclear that dropped in Fukushima? Was it 40,000 or something? Or was it less? Look, so this has relevance, boys. What I want to show you here is that Israel has been trying to starve Palestinians in Gaza since at least 2007. The tunnels, at least allowed into Gaza, things banned or limited by the Zionist regime in the years between 2008 and 2010. These banned items include random things like diapers, A4 paper, livestock, seeds, fertilizer, shoes, and pasta. That's banned items, dude. The Israeli regime went as far as calculate the minimum amount of calories needed to keep the Palestinians not quite fully starving. In 2012, a 3.5-year-long battle waged by Gisha has led the Israeli Minister of Defense to reveal the document entitled Food and Consumption in the Gaza Strip Red Lines. The document includes information about the policy of restricting the entrance of food to Gaza, which was in effect between 2007 and 2010. I got that video. Israel further created food insecurity by firing on farmers as they worked on the land and fed away from the fence in prison in Gaza, maiming and killing them. This was witnessed when people were in Gaza and doing live shows, and they themselves came under fire. Moving on. The Israeli army has completely withdrawn from Khan Yunis, leaving Hamas in control, and untold numbers of dead Israeli troops. This is a strategic defeat for Israel. The British army spent 3 decades attempting to defeat the IRA in the north of Ireland, and they eventually realized what the field commanders had told them from the start, that you can't defeat a citizen army supported by and embedded within the population. Okay? While Western climate media still attempts to portray Israel mass murder against children and elderly women as a war, the reality has surely dawned on the Israeli command that you may kill the revolutionary, but you'll never kill the revolution. Israel has said they will respond, CatCube. They said they will respond today. The UN Security Council left Iran no choice but to punish Israel, the head of the Iranian Foreign Ministry told Borrell. In this address, the Iranian Foreign Minister highlighted the repeated aggression of the Israeli regime. Joseph Borrell, who is responsible for the foreign policy of the European Union, noted that Iran's military response is not far from what he expected. He also stressed, from that point of view of the European Union, the attack of the consular section of the Iranian embassy in Damascus is condemned for violating the Vienna Convention. America, Great Britain, and France refused to confirm the inviolability of diplomatic facilities, the result of which is obvious. Okay. We got some guy analyzing the strikes, which I'll go through. I'm going through this a bit quick because we want to see if something is happening. 2 nights ago, Iran carried out another retaliatory strike on the territory of Israel. Despite bold statements, the attack had no serious consequences for Israel. However, the incident tragically impacted neighboring Jordan, where 3 people were killed by missiles debris. The scenario echoed the events of 2020, when Iran responded to the assassination of Soleimani by attacking a US base in Ain el-Assad in Iraq. Similar to them, there were no casualties among the main targets. Most likely the American had prior warning of the attack. America knew about the attack too. It seems that Israel might not have been forewarned about Iran's plans this time. I definitely think they were. This could explain the absence of casualties and significant damage of the Ramal airbase. What? This analysis makes no sense. I'm moving on, dude. Iran was forced to exercise its inherent right to self-defense in response to Tel Aviv's aggression, says Iranian expert. Immediately after the Israeli attack on the Iranian consulate in Damascus, the Iranian authorities demanded condemnation of this illegal action, but this did not happen. Iranian expert on the international affairs told Sputnik. Okay. The Jordanian foreign minister stated that Jordan will intercept any object entering its airspace, whether they are Iranian or Israeli. What's happening here is Jordan being a coward. They're trying to make it seem like they didn't just back Israel, which they did. They're trying to see that just like they wanted to intercept all of it, which is a fucking lie, dude. Cowards. Al Jazeera is citing Iran's president. The operation against the Zionist entity was executed with high precision, showcasing the strength of our missiles and drones effectively. The operation targeted military sites and was carried out with full coordination between the field and diplomacy. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I don't know why there's no notification, but I'll do one manually. Israel is saying they're gonna attack. Israel says they're gonna attack too. Tonight, that is. Hey Daniel, what's up? I have no idea. It's very weird, dude. Because CatCube, if they say they're gonna attack, then they can't just back out, dude. You know how sensitive they are. They're not attacking now, but they say they will. At least 9 Iranian ballistic missiles hit Israeli strategic air bases. The Nevatim air base in Negev was struck by 5 ballistic missiles, damaging the main runway, a C-130 transport aircraft, and several storage facilities. Hamon air base, also located in the Negev desert, was struck by at least 4 ballistic missiles, causing unspecified damage. The heaviest damage of Iran's ballistic missile occurred on a secret intelligence base in the Golan Heights. Remember, I showed you where the missile landed, right? And we saw they landed in the Golan Heights as well, but we had no fucking idea what they hit. No one ever spoke about that. The IDF has imposed a media ban on reporting on this, the attack on the Golan Heights. So Israelis are saying there's no attack, dude. There's nothing was damaged, but they have imposed a media ban. Iran in the UN Security Council. We have no proxies in the Middle East. Iran is saying they have no proxies, referring to Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas. I don't believe they are proxies either, dude. People in the West just refer to them as proxies. So regarding Iran having proxies, this is a Western way of thinking, in which one political player in the hegemon and the other is a servant, lacking any agency of his own. The axis of resistance is a system of carefully funded and crafted allies, based on common ideology and common political goals. Exactly, Salman, exactly. Despite the fact that there are slight differences, Hezbollah, Ansarullah, Hamas, PRJ, Syria, and the PMU all have their own domestic interest, but they work together in a wider framework to achieve common goals. In this case, the resistance against Israel, which is seen as fundamental threat to the region. The only country that has proxies is the United States, which uses young Ukrainians as meat shields against Russia, and fund extremist groups with totally different ideologies to carry out its dirty tasks. That's right, boys. That's right. Take a look at this. Click lock. Take a look at this. Look. Did you see that? It did like a maneuver before it landed, potentially avoiding interception. But did you see that, dude? It's very bizarre. What? Are you jealous, Clicklock? I feel like you're jealous, dude. It even changes path. I have a question to demand from EU and US money air defense and planes for Ukraine instead of Israel. Is this already anti-Semitism? Yes, it is. It's homophobic and anti-Semitic. Look, some sort of a tunnel. I'm not sure if this is a tunnel, dude, because you can see the fucking dirt right there, dude. So maybe the Israelis just dug it. Look at the damage they did. So there's also no sod or anything. So this is probably just Israel being Israel, you know. This is probably Israel being Israel. Chancellor Schulz arrived on a visit to China. He was met by the deputy mayor of Chongqing. Not even the mayor himself, and certainly not the vice premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China. Oh shit, Schulz. This is very embarrassing for the West as a whole. The flashes are apparently shooting heat traps. Did you see how the missile changed its path? You can see how it's changing its path, dude. I don't see any heat traps. I just see it changing path. Blink. US House Speaker says he will try to pass Israel aid this week. He is very under pressure because of what just happened to Israel. I don't see any flares, dude. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. I know about the heat traps, but I don't see them. I don't see the heat traps being deployed. Alligator is getting more dangerous. The Ka-52 reconnaissance, an attack helicopter, is rightfully considered the best helicopter in the world, as has been repeatedly confirmed during the SMO.
Благодаря наличию пилотажно-навигационного комплекса, который на последних версиях лучшего боевого вертолета К-52, К-52М на вертолете присутствует, точность обеспечивается для поражения и уничтожения площадных линейных целей плюс-минус 50-100 метров. Но учитывая, что радиус разлета осколков неуправляемых средств поражения превышает 200 и 300 метров, то саму оценку боевому применению с данной точностью можно дать только отлично.
I don't know why it's getting dangerous, dude. I don't know why it's getting more dangerous. Ukrainian media admire how 12-year-old Yana, who lost her legs during the attack on Kramatorsk, ran 5 kilometers on prosthetics. It was a Ukrainian Tusky U, which hit the station in Kramatorsk. So Ukraine fucking blew up her legs, dude, and then they used it for propaganda. Fucking despicable, dude. Many Iranian missiles failed to launch or crash before striking targets, US officials say. This is a lie, dude. This is a lie. The West and Israel, America, they're trying to make up for the fact that Israel's air defense like overspent itself. They're just fucking missiles, anti-air defense everywhere, dude. They didn't intercept shit. So they're trying to play down the success of the attack by saying that they didn't reach the target. This is a fucking lie, dude. We'll come back to that. So this is the airbase. Remember, the airbase was hit by ballistic missiles, none of which were intercepted. The number of missiles that actually when were sent there has been like overcounted to like belittle the attack. Israel has the legal right to respond to Iran's recent attack on the Jewish state. It crossed every red line, said Israel permanent representative to the UN. The attack crossed every red line, and Israel reserves the legal right to retaliate. So this is the guy, representative of the legal settlers in the Security Council, present a video of Iranian missiles crossing over Al-Aqsa Mosque, claiming that Iran is targeting the holy sites of Muslims in Jerusalem. This is pathetic, dude. This is pathetic. He's trying to make it seem like Iran is targeting the mosque. Fucking pathetic piece of shit, dude.
أثبتت إيران بأن
Let me guess, the mosque is gonna collapse tomorrow.
أنها لا تكترث لا بالإسلام ولا
Just pathetic people, dude.
بل قامت بجرح أمين الحسوني وهي فتاة بدوية عمرها 7 سنوات وأصابتها بجراح خطيرة بالأمس في إسرائيل.
If the missile passed over it, how's that evidence, dude?
وانظر إلى شريط الفيديو هذا الذي يبين كيف قامت إسرائيل بإيقاف الصواريخ الإيرانية على التي كانت فوق الحرم القدسي. انظروا شاهدوا، هذا هو المسجد الأقصى. هذا هو المسجد الأقصى.
To Iran, Israel.
ترى إيران بأن القضاء على إسرائيل وإن إشعال المنطقة أهم من المقدسات النجمة الإيرانية.
I'm gonna try to find that video in English. I think I have it somewhere, dude. So we got this guy. This is the leader of the Houthis. He's looking chill, dude. And he's saying this: the Israeli enemy, as a result of American intervention, is considered exempt from all decisions, judgment, and positions declared by those international institutions, whether in the form of a decision, evaluation, protest, condemnation, statement, or otherwise. It is a great shame for countries that the Israeli enemy is an accepted member of the United Nations. Since its inception as a member of the United Nations, it's been against justice and fairness. It's been a crime against the Palestinian people because everyone knows that the Israeli army, since the establishment and presence of Palestine under British protection and supported, is rape, murder, and completely illegitimate. Its presence in Palestine is rape and murder, aggression, occupation. From the day until now, for decades, it has continued its crimes, which escalates in certain stages, like the current situation in Gaza. He's right, dude. He's right. This is the guy who attacked in Sydney yesterday. They remember they were saying that the guy at the attack was a Muslim, right? They said that he was a Muslim. An Australian attacked citizens in a mall and killed 6 people. The Australian and Western media quickly put the news under the headline Muslim terrorist. An hour later, the name of the perpetrator was revealed and it became clear that he was an Australian and not a Muslim. The headline, the news became a mental patient killed 6 people inside a mall. Hey, Satin. Yeah, but both of them could be the same, dude. Both could be the same. England launched latest round of COVID-19 boosters. Draft age. So this is a trend, dude. Look, the United States. What this shit? Satin. The Americans are afraid of war, dude. This is April 13th. The Iranian attack was on April 14th, right? Maybe it's the time zone thingy. set in. That's a ratio. That's 100%. So what you're looking at is a trend. So you're not looking at 100 searches. You're looking at a spike in data, in hits. So remember there's flooding in Russia because of the dam, dude.
Давай.
This is a very cute video, I feel like.
Он далеко?
Да.
Держи, да?
Угу.
Ай, что?
Ой-ой-ой, вот он.
Сейчас. Он готов, да?
Да.
Сейчас, подожди.
Давай. Идем.
Иди сюда. Идем.
Айда.
Идем.
Айда. Идем. Бутылку бери. Боится.
Идем.
Идем.
Идем, маленький. Давай. Ой, ты, Макар. Ой, махнулся. Все закончил.
Приду к тебе с оранжевым закатом. Найду самые чистые мысли и подарю на память свои песни. Забудем пустое счастье вместе. Запятнанные строчки на сердце. Вечность. Сколько...
Все одна спасенная душа.
Летели в бесконечность. Я всегда буду рядом с тобой.
Но хуже уже не будет. И бац, мейт, бац, мейт.
So Tim, there's something I wanted to ask you. Oh shit, dude. There's something I wanted to ask you. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? Hey, Twitch troll. The Trump supporters shouting genocide, Joe. Didn't see that, dude. So Tim, Alternative for Germany, AFD, the German party. People everywhere call them a Nazi party. Do you know why that is? Why they call them that? That's right, Cat Cube. But I'm very cautious about the news, though. But I don't think the Israeli would say that they would attack if they didn't do it. Yes, but do we have evidence of them being Nazis? Where is that? Where is their Nazi ideology? Where do we see it? How can we see it, dude? German police arrested Jewish activist outside the Palestinian Congress. Police seized the Jewish Voice for Peace member.
It's illegal. Stop it. I'm not going anywhere.
The parents' dog died, oh no.
I'm not going anywhere.
Don't push!
Stop touching me. Let go of me.
Thanks.
Listen to it.
I saw Chicago Bridge, Golden Bridge or something being blocked, dude. I saw that. Combat, I wanna verify that the AFD is actually Nazis and it's not just a label being put on them because they don't want to go to war. So I saw a speech with them yesterday. They say they don't want to go to war. So I'm just curious, did the West label them as Nazi for that reason? So people say they're Nazi. Okay, how do we verify that, dude? How do we verify that? I mean, have they? Where do they? Everyone says it. So how do we? Have they published Nazi ideology somewhere? And I haven't seen it, so I'm just like, I'll come to the fucking road, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, dude. This is a massive pro-Palestine protest in Poland. Hey Basarov, how are you doing? This is not the first protest we've seen in Poland. Nice boys. They are German and scream racist shit. That means they are fascist, and the fascist brand in Germany is Nazi. Yeah, but where I'm referring to policies. What's it done? What is the policies that are fascist? And what is the policies that are Nazi? I know the only thing I've seen for them is that they don't want to be part of the wars, and they're the only party in Germany that seems like they don't want to be part of the wars. So it's just weird, dude. You have a fascist party, Nazi party in Germany, but it's anti-war. I'm just like, I'm very dubious, dude. I'm very dubious. It seems like they were labeled because of that reason, right? That's exactly how it looks like. The sharp rise of use of drone attacks and kamikaze drones by the Ukrainian Nazis continue to bring danger to more parts of Donbass. This is not the first time, dude, where civilians have been droned in Donbass and Donetsk. The other day, there was a civilian car with 2 children that burned to death, dude. I'm not gonna show what's inside this. A drone attacked a minibus. 5 people were wounded, including a teenager. So look at this. People on Twitter are spreading fakes about Russell Bentley, and they're going nuts. Russian authorities have found the body of American communist Russell Bentley in Donetsk, Ukraine, found in Golovko outskirts. His demise prompts speculation. Russia made a hint suicide, despite baffling detail that Bentley shot himself 8 times in the head. Suicide notes that adds to the mystery. Stay tuned for updates, and none of that is true. None of this is true, dude. It's all fake, dude. Which countries have the most cat owners? Big Bad Boom. This is why Russia is the winner of everything. Yeah, but Basarov, it's a fake post, dude. We got Ursula von der Leyen here expresses the bloc's commitment to Israel's security following the Iranian attack. She's unelected.
Yesterday, Iran launched a massive attack against Israel using drones and missiles.
We know that the other parties, Satin, they're dealing with the Nazis right now. Every other party in the world is dealing with the Nazis right now. So I don't know. AFD is not in power. So how were they caught dealing with neo-Nazis where it makes no sense? Hey Upsilla, how are you doing? Well, if you look at the policies of AFD, they want to stop the wars. They want to take Germany out of the wars. So yeah, they are anti-war. They said that.
Such a direct Iranian attack against Israel is unprecedented. Today, we, the leaders of the G7, condemned this in the strongest.
Remember, they didn't condemn the attack on the consulate, dude. These fucking phonies.
We expressed our solidarity and support to the people of Israel and reaffirmed our unshakable commitment towards its security.
Yeah, awful lady, Captain.
Iran's actions
Unelected.
risk provoking an uncontrollable regional escalation, and this has to be avoided. We will continue to work to stabilize the situation. We call on Iran and its proxies to cease completely.
Yeah, but if you have two parties to vote for. One is saying let's go to war, right? And the other one is saying let's not go to war, right? Who will you vote for?
The attacks. All parties should exercise maximum restraint. We also discussed the need to end the crisis in Gaza as soon as possible. This includes an immediate ceasefire and the immediate release of all hostages by Hamas. It also includes the increased delivery of humanitarian assistance to Palestinians.
Shut up. Don't I have that alternative Germany? So look,
Noch erzählt, was Krieg ist.
this is the leader of the Alternative for Germany party. This war must end as soon as possible, and at all cost. We're not getting anywhere with the CDU's war rhetoric. We don't need an escalation of this war. We need Germany now and peacekeeping force. Germany must play the role of a bridge between the East and the West and invite people to peace talks. This means stopping supply of weapons. Those who supply arms don't want peace, they want war. I do not know Vladimir Putin personally, so I cannot make an assessment. With all due respect, the black and white representation of this conflict in the German media does not necessarily shed light on this man. At least not for me. But I think Putin is very good at assessing the balance of power between Russia, Federation and NATO. I think Russia wants peace, and I believe that Putin, despite what people say about him, is a rational person, and also understands when it's enough and when it's necessary to make peace. We need cooperation with Russia, and we don't need hatred between Germany and Russia. So I don't understand, and he's multiple times we have listened to these people being anti-war, so I'm not sure what you guys are on about, dude. PPG, you always just pretend, dude. You say, oh, fuck Kairos, and then you go and raid Kairos, dude. Just a phony, dude. We got captured Ukrainian prisoners here, admitting that this war is about the eradication of Ukraine. Oh, shit, dude. You support this combat on PPG.
Это война. Это мое мнение, это такое, как истребление украинского народа просто-напросто и все. Берут все полностью, всех выгребают. Вообще города, допустим, как Киев, там как отдыхали люди, так и отдыхают. А в основном села и маленькие города, туда всех поголовно. По хатам ходят, где поймали, там на работы приходят, повестки раздают.
I didn't see you guys on YouTube, dude. But this is what you guys support PPG and combat. You raid Kairos all the time, dude. You raid Kairos all the time, dude. Look. Scholz in China. We got some information about it, I don't know, but I'll come to that. Looking at the tractor, he's been in China before, just the outcome of the conflict, he went to China. Remember when Germany collapsed, dude, when the pipeline collapsed, he went to China. Scholz was forced to work in Chinese factory. And you don't believe CNN's article about the terrible labor shortages in China, which were ridiculed by propagandists personally hired by Putin in the Kremlin. Here you are, Scholz, with the drill. I think this guy's just making fun of him, dude. I thought that's gonna be something. You support Ukraine combat. Why Germany Scholz is bowing to the Chinese dragon? That's political. They're not happy, dude. Turbo, PPG, and combat were exposed, and PPG pretends like he's anti-Kairos, but then he raids him, dude. Nikki is not mad at you. That's another lie, dude. That's another lie, dude. Combat was exposed to. Combat said he supported Ukraine, and then I showed the video with Ukraine and says, this is about the extermination of the Ukrainians. And Combat was just like, yep. That's why Combat also support the extermination of the Palestinians. I don't know. I fucked this article. Fuck this one, dude. Look. More China stuff. Official Easter in China post stirs ire at home. Look, dude. Sibirusk. This is Marco Rubio. The Chinese Communist Party continues to persecute individuals who are simply trying to live out their faith. Fuck off, dude. Fuck off, dude. Israel violated international law by attacking Iranian consulate. Iran reacted and exercised its legal right, said China. China always perfect, dude. Always perfect. Then we got the one that Combat supports. Israel could strike back at Iran today, the Wall Street Journal reports, citing American and Western officials. We got some new footage of Iranian drone attacks. This is Operation True Promise. Something. I have a shit ton of mods to use. These are Shahid drones. That's ballistic. It's launching them, dude. I'm not banning Satan, dude. The only one who begs for subs is Kairos. Take a look at this. You guys ready?
What the fuck? The fuck? Сука, блядь. The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck? The fuck? Сука, блядь. The fuck? The fuck?
There are signs that the Israelis and Americans are vastly overstating the amount of missiles Iran actually used. Combat, I'm glad you're here to hear this, dude. This is to make the Iron Dome, Arrow, and David Sling seem more effective than they actually are, and to paint Iranian missiles as ineffective. Today, they claimed that more than 50% of Iran's missiles failed to launch, or landed in territories outside Israel. This is merely a weak excuse to hide the fact that they deliberately overstated the numbers. In reality, Iran likely only launched dozens of ballistic missiles, the vast majority of which were low cost and old models, without MARV capability, used mainly as decoys to distract Israeli defense. The small amount of most advanced missiles which Iran did launch, almost all of them penetrated the Israeli defenses and struck the targets in Negev and Golan. It will become clear when the Iranians release the official details of Operation True Promise. Yes, that's an inaccurate figure, Twitch troll. Did you guys hear, Sibus, did you hear what happened in Golan Heights, dude? There was a secret base that was hit in the Golan Heights, and Israel has imposed a media ban on that one. It's like talking to Kairos, a media ban. Yeah, but they hit there's 5 places that was hit, but the one in the Golan Heights, we have no information about, Sibus. I'm just gonna run a small update to see if there's any like escalations. We need to be fucking so that's Odessa. I can queue this up anyway. This is some bullshit. I can queue this up anyway. United Airlines is canceling its flights to Tel Aviv today until further notice. Something is up, boys. Spokesman for the security and foreign policy of the Iranian parliament. We have several advanced weapons that we have not used before. We ask the Zionists not to be retarded and act rationally. That's what they say. But I didn't say that. They did. They said that. I know Kairos would like to take advantage. Kairos said yesterday that Iran was Lily, and in fact they didn't do this to help Gaza or retaliate, but it was to help him and his cause. Please give him more money. This is gonna be cute as fuck, dude. Go nuts, dude. Could you imagine the Chinese do this? Very cute. Very cute. We got French detachment adventures in Ukraine. So the French have been in Ukraine since the beginning, dude. Nothing new about that. Bum, 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 bum. What is this? Israeli people's opinion about the war with Iran. Okay, we don't know Hebrew, so we can't use it anyway. There is Israeli Zionist settlers attacking people. Sibrusk, this is you, dude. So we got Zionists attacking farmers still, dude. We got Zionists still attacking farmers. But there's also attack at the Georgian parliament. That's Sibrusk, dude. I'm fucking certain. Sibrusk, this is you doing, dude. You can clearly see this is your fucking signature, Sibruski. I wish Georgia would be completely free from American influence, dude. I feel like it's like half free, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I ran through half of the channels here, dude. So far, no more escalations has been referred to. So there were escalations before the update, which I'll come back to, dude. Zelensky at a press conference in Donetsk. Very curious, dude. How can this guy fucking become president, dude? How? This is combat supporting fucking Ukraine, dude. Right. We are peace seekers.
The last thing that Israel is seeking in its region since its creation is to go to war. We are seeking peace. We are peace seekers.
Surely. It's always up is down, dude, with these people. While the ethnic cleansing of Gaza continues increasing the numbers of civilians murdered by the Israeli occupation, the Israeli establishment organizes the Zionist settlements in the occupied territories of the Gaza Strip. They're stealing land again, dude.
אני חושבת שיש חזון ביחס ליום שאחרי, והחזון היחיד ביחס ליום שאחרי הוא חידוש ההתיישבות בחבל עזה. ובוודאי, אני אומרת, זה יהיה משהו שהוא יקרה בשלבים, אני לא חיה בין איזה שנייה, אני רואה את זה קורה בוודאי, אני חושבת
שחוזרים להתיישב בחבל עזה.
אם נרצה או לא נרצה. ואני חושבת שגם הגדרת הניצחון מול האויב שלנו, שהוא ידע שמהמקום שיצאו אלה שטבחו ורצחו ושאמרו שלא ייזכר שם ישראל עוד, במקום הזה תהיה התיישבות גדולה רחבה.
Resettlement.
מי שמתעכב להיכנס לרפיח,
תקשיבי, אני חושבת שזה בדיוק מה שתמיד חסר אצלנו, היום חסר אצלנו, אני לא חושבת תמיד דווקא זה היה קיים.
This looks so foolish, dude. Look at that hat, dude.
את החזון, את השאיפה לראות באמת תשובה ומענה, לא להגיד לנו שהטרור זה משהו שאי אפשר לנצח אותו, ושאת החמאס אי אפשר לנצח, לא, אפשר. העניין הוא שיש מי שרוצה שנחשוב שאפשר רק בדרך מאוד מסוימת, אבל אנחנו יודעים שאפשר אחרת, ולכן אנחנו את הדרישה הזאת, זה התפקיד שלנו, הדרישה הזאת היא לעמוד על זה על האפשרות הזאת, שהאפשרות הזאת של חידוש ההתיישבות, וניצחון אמיתי מול האויב.
They're gonna resettle on fucking northern Gaza, dude. Yes, Cat Cube. Take a look. This is another settler, dude. With a children's book. This children's book shows the bombing of Gaza with the title Under the Rocket's Glow. But I thought it was the Palestinians who were being taught in schools to hate Jews. Are you guys saying it's the other way around? Is that what's happening, dude? That would be very bad for the people like Combat and PPG. SBU tortures confession out of guilt. Okay. So Anatoly Mirutin received 10 years in high security prison with confiscation of property under Article 111 high treason, but he never admitted guilt. And now he's fighting in court appeal. The power structures of the Kiev regime do not like this stubbornness, and they are putting direct physical pressure on Anatoly because they are afraid that his case will reach European Court of Human Rights. Anatoly Mirutin did not attempt a coup, etc. In fact, he exposed the corruption schemes of officials, and his main guilt was that he was a member of the Anti-Fascist Committee of Ukraine and opposed the counter-terrorist operation that they started against the civilians of Donetsk. Look, typical Ukraine, typical fuck Ukraine, typical Ukrainians. We got another turtle-like vehicle here, boys. Remember I showed you the turtle tank that was indestructible, kind of. So this is covered anti-drone nets. Okay. What do you mean, Combat? They were saying that was Russian. Yes, it's Russian. This is Russian. It's a Ural 4320 with an armored module in the back. They were Tajiks, but that's not too relevant. We haven't seen any connections with the Tajikistan government. There is one connection that is unverified, and that is the Tajikistan Ukrainian embassy in Tajikistan was seeking people to join the Foreign Legion, and they could have recruited the terrorists through the Ukrainian embassy in Tajikistan. But I don't think that's the case. That's just a theory. I think they were recruited while watching. I think what they was telling is the truth. I don't think they have the capacity to lie, dude. They don't want to fucking die. So they're just Tajiks. Merely coincidence, dude. They're not like super radicals, follow Islam or anything like that. Obviously, it wasn't an ISIS attack, dude. ISIS doesn't hate everyone. ISIS attacks the enemy of America. And the fact that ISIS took responsibility is not proof or evidence. There's nothing pointing to the fact that it was ISIS. But the fact that the people, they were heading to Ukraine, and the fact that they were paid, these two things are confirmed data. That is proof and evidence. Yeah, but I could say that I did it. I could start an organization and say I did it. That's not proof or evidence. And the ISIS channels is controlled by the CIA. And like I tell you, if someone claims responsibility, that's not proof or evidence. But we know that they were paid mercenaries. We know that. We have seen the transactions. And we know that they were heading to Ukraine. And they also doing interrogation. I showed you that interrogation. I still have that interrogation. During interrogation, they said that they were heading to Kiev for a reward. They said that the Kiev corridor was being demined. They said that they were going to meet people on the Belgorod region and then get a reward in Kiev. And there was 1 million ruble each. That's what it was. That's what it was, dude. But there's no connections to ISIS. And I don't even think that there is connections. There is ISIS fighters in the Ukrainian army. There's videos of that. Even Associated Press showed that footage. Yeah, but that's not evidence, combat. Al-Qaeda could have claimed they did it. It's not evidence. Anyone could claim it. China could claim it. I keep telling you, it's not evidence. So it simply doesn't matter. We need to look at the evidence and tangible stuff we can verify. And ISIS claiming responsibility is a way to take accountability away from Ukraine. There's a reason why ISIS would take responsibility, and that is to take responsibility away from Ukraine. And that's why you had the entire Western media in unison saying Ukraine didn't do it, right? Because they got ISIS to take responsibility. But there's no signature of ISIS. These people were paid mercenaries. They weren't willing to die. ISIS fighters, they go in, they are most likely commit suicides and take as many people with them as possible. And we didn't see any sign of ISIS here. These people were afraid of dying. Yes, it is, Dumps. It is a bit odd, dude. We know ISIS is an American extension. So it makes no sense to think that it's ISIS anyway. ISIS had the bases next to the White Helmets in Iraq. But it doesn't matter. Anyone could take responsibility. It's not evidence or proof. I haven't seen any American dying by ISIS. I've seen the Americans working with ISIS, sending them money, and I've seen American helicopters dropping and giving them money and weapons. I haven't seen any Americans being killed by ISIS. I believe in something, Salman. Yeah, they only attack the American enemies. And they take responsibility for whatever, dude. But the most important thing here is that you can't see any ISIS signature in these people. They are afraid of death. They don't look radical at all. This is not like a typical ISIS fighter at all, dude. And there is no connection to ISIS. There is a connection to a guy in Afghanistan, Kosovo or something. the teacher. So they said they were watching a preacher or lessons, something like that, on Telegram. And I believe that that's true because I don't think they were lying, dude. But the weapons were given by Ukraine. The reward was given by Ukraine. The money came from Ukraine. In fact, there's money trail coming from Burisma, dude. The Hunter Biden thing. Burisma was part of the money trail. That's right, dude. I fucking forgot. Which involves Hunter Biden. I don't know about any war against the Islamic State, because the Islamic State is supposed to be pro-Islam, which means they would go and fight Israel. But Israel is housing ISIS fighters. Israel is fighting with Israel. Israel is fighting with ISIS. When some of them is wounded, they take care of them, etc. I hate this statement by mainstream media against the operational action of the special services. I trust the intelligence service more than the head on the American TV. Of course, Kirkland. Of course. That's the other thing. When America, without knowing anything, comes out and says, it's ISIS, and it's definitely not Ukraine, you know they're fucking lying, dude. You just know they're lying. There's no evidence. And they still said, it's ISIS. I remember Blinken said it was ISIS-K before anyone else said it was ISIS-K. How would he know, dude? How would he know? This is what the women are doing in the Ukraine because they are avoiding being killed. And remember, the Ukrainian women are being killed because of the support they get from the Westerners, like combat for the Ukrainian conflict.
О, чи назис? Сюда. Сюда. О, ще є.
They are pregnant, dude. Remember, we saw a fucking pregnant woman in the front, dude. But I'm sure she volunteered, honestly. But super fucking nuts. Nuts, dude. Nuts to volunteer. But I'm sure she did. This is the latest. This is the latest interrogation with the terrorists, dude.
Какие были у вашей группы планы после теракта?
Сторону Киев.
Вам кто давал указания?
Сайфулlah.
В новых, опубликованных ФСБ фрагментах допросов все четверо террористов называют имя координатора – Сайфулло. Это он обозначил место атаки – Крокус-Сити-Холл, снабдил оружием и дал маршрут отхода.
Сайфулло нам сообщили, что мы ехали на Украину, Киев, и там то 1 миллион рублей.
Поехал в Киев. Где-то должен был ждать деньги по 1 миллиону рублей.
За обещанным гонораром по 1 миллиону рублей на каждого террористы сразу после атаки отправились по трассе М3 Москва-Киев. Неслись со скоростью под 170 км в час. Наши силовики перехватили машину вот в этой точке, вблизи поселка Коммуна. До российско-украинской границы оставался 141 километр. Смартфоны, хоть и в поврежденном виде, попали в руки следствия. Полученная из них информация свидетельствует, что беглецы до последнего получали указания от куратора Сайфулло.
Сайфулло сказал что там вас будет ждать граница Украины, ребят, которые помогут нам перейти границу, и доехал в Киев.
На той стороне для террористов, как выяснилось, готовили сразу 2 коридора. Наши спецслужбы зафиксировали активность ВСУ по разминированию вблизи приграничных поселков Чуйковка и Сопыч Сумской области. Места эти глухие, густой лес. От ближайших населенных пунктов в России до границы не больше 4 километров. Здесь террористы должны были сжечь автомобили и идти пешком по команде.
Remember, we geolocated this. We geolocated that, dude.
Когда добьетесь до границы, недалеко от границы, бросайте свою машину и наберите меня. Я вам дальше помогу. Сайфулло говорит, звони, потом я
Do you speak in Ukrainian combat? There's many videos from Ukraine where they do this. There's many videos from Ukraine where the men do all sorts of things to avoid mobilization. It's published on a Ukrainian network, not a Canadian network. But it's published by Ukraine.
Во-первых, установлено, что наемники незадолго до расправы получили деньги с Украины. Во-вторых, попытка бегства в Киев.
I don't follow mainstream media, dude.
Наемные убийцы их ждал.
I didn't get this from a Russian media network.
И, наконец, организованная украинскими спецслужбами встреча террористов на границе.
Yeah, I know the picture of the girl. Published by Ukrainians on Ukrainian networks.
С телефонов задержанных, оставшиеся после переписки с этим Сайфулло. Символика националистов, желто-синий прапор. Это скорее фотонабор украинского боевика, а не радикального исламиста.
It's quite common. It's quite common that Ukrainians publish that, dude. How to avoid mobilization. She was also speaking Ukrainian.
Так, добрый вечер буде. О, чи
60 minutes, dude.
назис. Сюда. Сюда. О, ще є.
Right. I would believe that this was Canadian if I saw the original video, and then I would retract my statement. This could be an American infantry, but if it was, it would exist already, and people would debunk it. No, it's not. So false stuff means that the video is old, right? So you know that the IDF, they published a fake video 2 days ago, right? The IDF published a fake video 2 days ago. This one. And I am aware of that because people do the work for me. So when there is a video published on the network, they check if it's real. And this one is fake. So I don't have to worry about anything. Everything I look at is verified. Everything you look at is just guesses, dude. What do you mean TikTok stuff? TikTok is just a platform, dude. This is in Sydney. So if this one was fake, everyone would be all over it. And they would find the old video. They would say where it was originally from. That's why I have the best source of information on anyone on Twitch. Because anything that's fake, I get aware of it, dude. No one else does that on Twitch. Yeah, the ISIS story is old, dude. No one believes it's fucking ISIS. We knew it wasn't ISIS the day it happened. Because Ukraine has been doing this for so long. It had the signature of Ukraine. It didn't have the signature of ISIS. So we knew it was Ukraine. We knew America was lying when they, without evidence, said, it's ISIS. It's not Ukraine. Ukraine had nothing to do with it. Except that people were paid by Ukraine. They were heading to Kiev. So we know about all this. Yeah, but a deep fake video can be also identified. Can also be identified. And this one, I don't even want to worry about whether this is real or not, because it's not worth it. Something like this. Combat, the fact that you think this one is fake just proves that you don't have any experience looking at fake footage. I do. I look at footage every fucking day, dude. I've been looking at fake Ukrainian footage for 2 years, dude. Just then, Bishop Mari Emanuel has been attacked in Sydney by an armed assailant. People on Twitter were making fakes saying he was shouting Allah Akbar. But in fact, he was shouting, Free Israel. He's gonna attack. He has a knife. I'm not gonna show the entire video. The priest survived. I don't want to show the entire video. It's a bit brutal. There's no blood or anything. In fact, the perpetrator takes up the knife and he looks at it and there's nothing. So I feel like he's very surprised that nothing is happening, dude. Nothing is happening. So the bishop became famous for openly opposing COVID mandates, lockdowns, Freemasons, and the Israeli aggression against Palestine. Yes, Twitch tool. Yes, it is too. I'll come back to this later. So a resident of Ukraine told with what honor they greet an AFU man who returns from the front line. The serviceman arrives to the rear of in a combat vehicle to treat his leg. He was immediately stopped by local law enforcement officers for lack of mudguards and taken away for medical examination. This is super fucking bad, dude.
Моего бывшего коллегу, который работал у меня с первого дня войны. Посмотрите на его автомобиль. Не вылазил в зону боевых действий. Находился в Работино.
Работино.
И в Бахмуте был, сейчас в Работино. На нуле, блядь. Приехал, вставлю потом видео. У него вот так щиколотку отрубило. Приехал подлатать себе ногу, чтобы поехать на ноль. И его остановила полиция по причине, что у него нету брызговиков. Нету брызговиков. Вот. И сейчас там хотят его на анализы везти, на хуялизы везти. Мне перегородили машину, стоим, ждем непонятно чего. Вот такое вот движение у нас.
That's because the police want money, dude. They paid for everyone they fucking kidnap. Russia unveils Square AI guidance system. This is interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, but in Ukraine it's especially bad, dude. CatCube, I didn't know you were watching him. Why were you watching him, CatCube? Combat, I have this feeling that you don't even know what that means, dude. Because you fucking believe all sorts of weird shit, dude. The media is telling you it's ISIS, but there's nothing to prove it's ISIS. It's an obvious lie to make it seem like Ukraine is not involved. Ukraine, 2 days after the attack, admitted that they were doing terrorists all over Russia. Budanov said, we're gonna do more. You're just like, yeah, it's ISIS. How is that critical thinking, dude? Russia has unveiled a newly developed AI first-person view FPV drone guidance system that allows a UAV to recognize, log on, and attack targets without human intervention. So this means this one can work behind electronic warfare. It's implemented through two types of tracking: algorithmic, with technical vision is used, and neural network, allowing it to recognize targets and destroy them. So it is using neural network. Very curious, dude. That means it has a chip that is fast enough to use this. Very curious, boys. I'll play that later, possible. I'll play that later. This is again Siburusk. Bam, Siburusk. That's CBU's Catgum. We got this video.
A reckless.
So this is a guy from Britain. I forgot his fucking name, dude. And contradiction in the anti-Iranian words of the British foreign minister. Cameron, Iran's attack on Israel was reckless and dangerous, except they didn't kill any civilians, dude. Moderator, if someone bombs the British consulate, what will we do? Well, we are reacting very strongly. Okay.
A reckless and dangerous thing for Iran to have done. And I think the whole world can see all these countries that have somehow wondered, well, you know, what is the true nature of Iran? It's there in black and white.
What would Britain do if a hostile nation flattened one of our consulates?
Well, we would take the very strong action.
And Iran would say that that's what they did?
Well, what they did, as I said, was a massive attack.
So they were right to respond, but they overreacted, is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that the attack they carried out was on a very large scale, much bigger than people
accepted.
Have a
right to respond?
Well, countries have a right to respond when they feel they've suffered.
Remember, the attack was on like 5 targets, right? All military. All military, right?
An aggression, of course they do. But look at the scale of that response. Had those weapons not been shot down,
respond, but they just overreacted.
These weapons were there to be shot down, dude. They were swarmed for the air defense. And you didn't shoot that many down anyway.
There could have been thousands of casualties, including
no,
civilian
we couldn't.
I think that's a really important point to take into account.
What a fucking lie, dude. What a fucking lie, dude. Budanov on the possible Russian offensive. Russian troops will begin their offensive in late May to early June. I believe that by that time we will be prepared. And we'll see how it goes from there. Without the assistance of Western allies, it'll be a crisis catastrophically difficult for us. And that's assuming firstly that it comes in sufficient quantities and secondly that it continues. Well, if the offensive begins in May and you don't have the aid by now, then I don't see what you mean, dude. We got another piece of equipment from the missiles. Looks like an axle, dude. That's a form of turbo or something like that. Right? So that must be air exhaust. Air intake here, dude. Julia Navalnaya, Navalny's wife, I want to express my gratitude to the Foreign Secretary of the United Kingdom, Cameron, for taking the time to meet with me and my team. Our discussion was extremely productive. It's reassuring to see that the British authorities recognize that Putin is not Russia. That true Russia stands against Rome and advocates for the changing leadership. Together with all the Russians, regardless of where they are, we'll continue to oppose the dictatorial and criminal regime. I thought that Putin just won with 88%, dude. Do they not respect democracy? Cat cube. Russian athletes are rightly excluded from the Olympics. Macron explained why Israel has the right to participate in the games, but Russia do not. Russia decided to start an aggressive war, which has been going on for more than 2 years. So the decision was made, in my opinion, proportionally and fair. If this was condemned in this country, but athletes should not have anything to do with this. They should not make any disrespectful statements. They should not engage in politics. Yeah, she's just out after money, dude. She's trying to make fucking money and never lie. Look at this. Which language do people in Ukraine use when they search for something on Google? 80% of search in Russian, dude. Obviously Lviv. Look at even Kiev, dude. Let's go and come back. Putin did the attack, not Iran. Russia is behind Iran's attack. According to the newspaper, Putin allegedly has a secret plan for Iran. If this action was against Russian interests, Moscow could have influenced Iran. The Russian Federation has not done so. I condemn the strongest terms the unprecedented attack launched by, against, which threatens to destabilize the region. Such pure coincidence of wording and timing reveals how many countries are controlled by Washington for years to repeat this narrative, many totally false again in US, NATO versus the rest. Combat, why can't you be like this guy, dude? So many people are starting to say that Iran's attack didn't damage anything. So this has got rid of rebuilding weak pro-Zionist propaganda. Square this, the IDF openly says several, more than one Iranian missiles hit Nevatim. You cite pro-Israel, i.e. bias OSINT, exposed using extremely low resolution overhead to gloat about your assessment of the efficacy of the Iranian attack. You make claims about the destruction of Nevatim that the Iranians never made. You simply say 5 to 7 missiles hit the base, something Israel admits. Yeah, Israel is admitting that, dude. You ignore the fact that Iran was not seeking knockout blow, but rather demonstration of capability. You also ignore the fact that Nevatim was defended by the world's most advanced integrated anti-missile defense shield, which incorporated Arrow 2, David Sling, THAAD, and Patriot 3 with ANTPY, X-band surveillance and targeting radar. You also ignore the fact that the system was designed to exclusively defend against Iranian medium-range ballistic missile threat. And yet, 7 missiles hit Nevatim, 100% 0 interceptions. Combat. Anything to say, dude? The Israelis have acknowledged 2 runaways and 3 warehouses and structures were hit. Not a knockout blow. It wasn't intended as such. But any BDA experts would note that the point of impact was center mass, a clear indication of precision guidance. 5-7 missiles hit the world's most heavily defended location, defeating an integrated IBM defense that was custom built to defeat that missile it failed to shoot down. The point of this exercise is to note that if Iran had sent 30 missiles at Nevatim, the base would be inoperable. So does the US Army, which is why Iran has achieved strategic deterrence over Israel. This was the whole point of the operation. Very satisfying, boys. Slowly lies are exposed and the truth is surfacing. A senior US official told ABC News that at least 9 Iranian missiles penetrated the Israeli air defense system and hit 2 Israeli air bases. He added that 5 ballistic missiles hit Nevatim, causing damage to a C-130 transport plate, a runway, and storage facilities. The official said that additional 4 ballistic missiles hit the Nevatim airbase. Okay, CatQ. And then we got this one in English, I think.
Here you go.
So this is the mosque. The Al-Aqsa Mosque. Iran is trying to hit the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Look at it.
Here's the evidence. Here's an iPad.
This is the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
It looks safe, dude. It looks safe. Did you dig under the mosque, by the way? Why are you doing that?
To Iran, Israel's annihilation and igniting the region is more important than Islamic holy sites.
Just pathetic, dude. Fucking pathetic.
The Ayatollah regime, in its plot to impose a global Shiite hegemony through its proxies, has even attacked Saudi Arabia, as we all remember, Aramco oil field, the United Arab Emirates, and anyone else they view as an obstacle. I ask the Algerian representative here, how this make you feel?
Nematode, I stopped restricting you, but you were restricted because your account was nearly created and because you were banned.
Is this a price you support? Attempting to blow up mosques and murdering Muslims?
Iran was there to murder Muslims, not us. What a fucking joke, dude. What a fucking joke, dude. Iran was doing a genocide in Gaza. It wasn't us. So pathetic, these fucking people, dude. So fucking pathetic. This is the same video, I think.
Is it bad judgment or good judgment to hit Iranian sovereign territory in Damascus?
No, it's a bit different.
That's something the Israelis decided to do. We haven't made a... I know, well, I'll ask the question, which is, I can completely understand the frustration the Israelis feel when they look at the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and they look at the terrible things that they have done.
Like what? Like what, dude?
All over the world, including,
like what?
Including the support they give to Hamas. And of course,
what support to Hamas? What?
Hamas were responsible for October the 7th, and that is where all of this begins. So you can completely understand the frustration.
Yeah, but what about Iran's frustration at part of its sovereign territory being flattened?
Well, I would argue there is a massive degree of difference between what Israel did in Damascus and, as I said, 301 weapons being launched by the state of Iran.
I think it's half that, dude. I think it's half that. It's like 100 weapons or something. And then 12 ballistic.
At the state of Israel, for the first time, a state-on-state attack. 101 ballistic missiles, 36 cruise missiles.
That's the reason why they're like repeating this too.
185 drones. That is a degree of difference.
Yeah.
And I think a reckless and dangerous thing for Iran to have done. And I think the whole world can see all these countries that have somehow wondered, well, you know, what is the true nature of Iran? It's there in black and white.
What would Britain do if a hostile nation flattened one of our consulates?
Well, we would take the very strong action.
Pathetic, dude. Saudi Arabia, I feel like it's very tough, Satin, to judge Saudi Arabia while they are essentially occupied by America. Remember that guy who said, Soleimani said Wahhabism, Wahhabism has Jewish roots. This is the bishop who was attacked, and obviously the West is gonna try to go after him because he was attacked by a Mossad guy, and he was speaking out against Israel. He's a known anti-vaxxer. Therefore, just ignore everything. The Israeli defense minister has told the US Secretary of Defense that Israel has no choice but to retaliate against Iran. That's come from Axios. So, 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago, Israel said we're going to retaliate. The IDF spokesman will give an important statement tonight at 8:30 p.m. That's past. So people tried to lynch a Pakistani terrorist who attacked a priest in Sydney. What did he say, Tao? His fingers were cut off. The bishop turned out to be the base leader of an ultra-conservative movement opposing LGBTQ and the liberal policies of the authorities. The Wall Street Journal from senior official in the West. We expect Israel to respond soon to the Iranian attack. We expect the response to be today. I think they're fucking gonna respond, dude. Hey, Volvet, what's up, dude? Volvet, Tao. Volvet don't believe that Putin fixed Russia. Hey, Icebreak. He said that there is no Muhammad, no Buddha, no one. There's only Jesus. And also said various bad things about Islam. The New York Times citing Israeli official, Israel is considering options to respond to Iran ranging from diplomacy to an imminent strike. I think they're gonna fucking attack, dude. Look, Thomas. This is how our children sleep in Ukraine now. So this was released today. And you Russian pilots know that any war ends, and this is you. And this is for you. They will never forgive you. All those who participate in this war, Putin's Third Reich will answer. And then it turns out that this picture is actually from Ukrainian shelling on Donbass from 2015. You were saying? Combat, you were saying? This is a failed Ukrainian land in Kosinka, Belgorod region. From the Hollywood attack about a month ago. A downed Ukrainian helicopter with a burnt crew is also in the video. I can't show you the burnt crew, okay? I'm very curious what I can show you. Don't see any crew, dude. What's that? Okay, that's a crew member. I suppose. That's a crew of Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Fucking like Terminator. I don't want to show you this anyway. There's no point, dude. There's no fucking point. Saudi Arabia acknowledges helping defend Israel against Iran. Okay. Full-blown riots in Sydney following the Bishop Mari stabbing. Local authorities have deployed hundreds of riot police.
We've got plenty of strong Christian men, angry men on the streets right now, basically rioting. The police have brought in the riot squad. They've even deployed tactical armored vehicles. This is a significant development. Tactical armored vehicles, which you only see in sort of siege situations. And you could call this a siege situation because the assailant who stabbed the Assyrian Bishop Mari Emmanuel, is locked up inside the church. The vigilante crowd demand justice. They want him to be released. They're chanting, bring him out, bring him out. And there's probably upwards of 500 police, including tactical police, riot squad police, who are trying to barricade and protect this assailant in there. And the reports are that he stabbed several people, including that bishop. The crowd is very angry, and Western Sydney is rising.
Exactly. It's the stabbing of the bishop, dude. I'm gonna show this video again. I'm sorry for showing this twice to some of you. So why does the globalist West hate Iran?
Iran's only crime is that it doesn't toe the Western narrative. It doesn't toe the globalist narrative. Iran hasn't attacked or invaded anyone for decades, at least, maybe more. It's not a country that goes to war. It's not a country that is aggressive, but it's a proud country which respects itself, which respects its sovereignty, and which is capable of arming itself and helping its allies. But Iran remains this enigma which the Western audiences, thanks to the Western media's help, misunderstand. Iran is not a bad place. It's a strict place. It's a proud people who will defend their country, not only against military threats, but also political threats, and also ideological and cultural threats. Iran's managed to withstand the globalist, you could say, uniculture of the world and the wokeness of the world. And that's just another country, one of the last remaining countries where wokeness and the globalist ideology is not welcomed. And that's why the West hate Iran. That's why they hate North Korea. Disagree or agree with North Korea, but at least they run their own ship and they are independent. And they're not part of all of these globalist alliances and economic forums and world banks and so forth. The North Koreans do things their way. The Iranians do things their way. And that's why the West is obsessed with creating that narrative to chip away at any integrity and credibility that Iran has in the international arena.
That's right, boys. I will check YouTube later. I'll check YouTube later. Scott Ritter, we don't care about you. Scott Ritter slams Ukraine's delusional entitlement mentality.
In the aftermath of Iran's retaliation against Israel for the Israeli attack on the Iranian consulate,
Yes, it is, Combat.
and given the fact that as part of the Israeli efforts to defend itself from this retaliation, Israel was assisted.
It's a bit, audio is a bit low, dude, and I don't want to listen to 3 minutes with low audio. So what I'm gonna do is download it, and then I'm gonna render it in browser with super
In the
high.
aftermath of Iran's retaliation against Israel for the Israeli attack on the Iranian consulate in Damascus, and given the fact that as part of the Israeli efforts to defend itself from this retaliation, Israel was assisted by a very vigorous integrated anti-ballistic missile defense system that had been developed jointly between Israel and the United States. And in addition to that, military aircraft and ships with anti-ballistic missile capability from the United States, aircraft from Great Britain, aircraft from France, anti-missile capability from Jordan.
Oh, that makes sense, Tom.
Came together to help shield Israel, unsuccessfully it turned out, from Iran's ballistic missile, drone, cruise missile attack. Ukraine has come out feeling a little bit hurt. You see, we've seen the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, we've seen the Ukrainian foreign minister, Kuleba, and we've seen other Ukrainian officials and pro-Ukrainian Twitter and Telegram accounts crying about the fact that while Ukraine gets no assistance from the West, Israel got everything. And they're trying to make the case that it's important for the West to defend Ukraine too. Let me make this very clear to the Ukrainian crowd. You see, the difference between Israel and Ukraine is that, whether you like it or not, Israel has bought and paid for the United States support. Israel, through its Political Action Committee, AIPAC, in the United States, has pretty much bought the United States Congress. They've bought the United States presidency. They control American media. And as a result, America comes to the defense of Israel because we've been paid to do so. America, on the other hand, has bought and paid for Ukraine. You're not a friend. You're not an ally. You're a tool being used by the United States for its larger foreign policy and national security objectives vis-a-vis Russia. We provide you weapons only so far as it facilitates our objective of creating a problem for Russia. We don't want you to win. We don't care about you. We give you just enough to keep you going. And then we stand by and watch you bury your dead. Because we don't care. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I don't know what kind of emphasis I have to put on any aspect of what I just said. We own you. You're a tool. We don't like you. We don't care for you. And we're not going to come to your assistance in your so-called time of need. You've done your duty. You created a problem for the Russians, but now you've become inconvenient. And we're going to stand by and let the Russians finish the job without spending any more money or providing you with much more assistance. You don't matter to us. You're not Israel. You don't own us. We're not going to fight and die for you. I hope I made that clear.
Scott that's right, dude. Scott that's right, dude. And still, you got people who doesn't understand, dude. Still, you got people who don't understand. Where was I? Pro-Palestinian demonstrators have blocked roads in Oakland, California at the Golden Gate Bridge.
We want to give you details that we have now about what's going on in Oakland on northbound 880. There's a protest, and it is blocking all the northbound lanes here at 5th Avenue. You can see the police are there, and so the protesters, and right now they're just letting the protesters sit in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, presumably it's waiting for more resources to come and remove not only the demonstrators, but those barrels, too, that they apparently brought and used to block the lanes of traffic. You see police already there in their tactical...
Didn't even notice.
They've got batons at the ready. They're wearing their helmets. And again, as the shot widens out, you'll see these oil drum barrels that were put in place by the demonstrators. There they are. You see their sign. They're calling for peace in the Middle East, for the U.S. to stop...
I'll check later,
Captain. In Gaza. That's what they're calling for. We knew that there was a demonstration potentially planned out at the port of Oakland to stop port operations. What we didn't realize was that perhaps the demonstration moved to the freeway to stop commute progress and to send ripple effects and, of course, to get the media coverage to get their message out.
And their big sign says economic blockade, and this is a traffic commute blockade that they've created so that it matters to you. You know, they're trying to make it matter to people, and all these people, it's mattering to thousands of people who are stuck in that, James, and will be for some time because it started at 6:30. So imagine being stuck in your car so far for 45 minutes, and who knows for how much more time, because
that's the question.
We'll let you know immediately when something gets.
I don't care. Okay, you guys are stuck, dude. You can see it.
Golden Gate Bridge on the Oakland side, Oakland, California. Flag Indians,
this morning, especially in that north. This is so jammed up because of that protest happening on the freeway.
It looks like fucking. That looks like Baltimore, dude. That looks like the place that fell in Baltimore. I don't know if it is. This looks like it. Which militant groups and armies have hit Israel since October 2023. On Saturday night, the Iranian launched an unprecedented attack on Israeli territory. So we also got the Houthis, and then we got Hezbollah, and then we got Kataib, Hezbollah, and Hasht el-Sha'ab. Okay. Iraqi military groups. Okay. We got a few Iraqi military groups. And then we got Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And Seagraft told about a bunch of others as well, just smaller in size. Israel weighs strike on Iran to send a message while preserving alliance. Preserving alliance, what? Israel is currently considering a symbolic strike as a priority option for responding to the Iranian attack, which could send a message but not cause casualties. It's assumed that this could be hit of a secondary facility in Tehran or a cyber attack on the Iranian infrastructure. I don't know about that, dude. I think they're gonna overdo it. Western media. Russia uses combat dolphins to take out Ukrainian spy divers. The principle of this, the animal warned their trainer if they see saboteurs. Satellite images show that the number has doubled near Sevastopol. What, dude? Is this a dolphin? I don't know what I mean, dude. That's a guard boat. Marine mammal pens. Is that what it is, dude? At the end of the war cabinet meeting, it was decided to respond to Iran. The Israeli Air Force has completed the preparation for a strike, said Israeli Channel 12. So Israeli Channel 12 has said they're gonna strike Iran. Iran's foreign minister repeats, in case of any aggression against the Islamic Republic of Iran, our response will be immediate, overwhelming, and decisive. Ukraine attempt to coerce West over oil prices. Kuleba. It's blackmailing, dude. Fucking blackmailing.
Is it bad judgment?
We saw that. Germany, a new push to get China behind Ukraine peace efforts. He plans to urge Xi Jinping to cut economic support for Russia and put pressure on Moscow to accept terms acceptable for Ukraine for ending the war. Lol, dude. Fucking lol, dude. Schulz. He wanted China to cut ties with Russia. Fuck off, dude. At the same time, Kiev stated that they would not accept anything other than complete withdrawal of Russian troops and compensation for damage. Pathetic, dude. Israeli settlers trespassed and attacked Palestinian lands and tents in the village of Syria, located in southern occupied Hebron in the West Bank. This is a common occurrence. These are just children, settlers, dude. This is a common occurrence, dude. Obviously, this is just kids. It could be way worse. It could be way worse. Typical Ukraine. There's no rooms for graves, dude, so they just get a flag. There's the European Nazi flag. Nazi flag. Nazi. Nazi. What is this?
назвав ситуацію на фронті складною. Силення російських наступальних.
No idea. US hard pressed to react as Iran gets complete map of Israeli defense capabilities. The US is always in a complicated situation, and most of the time they can only blame themselves. True. I don't want to go through this, dude. So this is Israel pretending like there was no damage, dude, except Iran doesn't strike military targets. That's why Israel and pro-Israelis doesn't understand, dude. So they didn't hit any civilians. Iran has prepared 1,500 ballistic missiles of various types to launch at Israel during the 3-day-long retaliation plan if Israel attacks Iran mainland directly. Any response from Israel and the opening of Jordanian airspace will respond to Jordan first, before Israel. Iraq deploys air defense systems on the Jordanian border. During a phone call between foreign ministers of Iran and Egypt, a warning message was given to the Zionist regime. Okay. This is Odessa, dude. They asked the military who are the city, including the rehabilitation. What do they think about indefinite service in the ranks of the armed forces of Ukraine until the end of the war? I'll shoot them all, that is. I'm getting up now, going to war, and they will grow beliefs and will sit at the Verkhona radar. This shouldn't happen. I don't understand any of that, dude. I don't understand it. I'm moving on. Dude. Israel repelled Iran's huge attack, but only with the help from America and Arab partners. They didn't repel anything, dude. They didn't repel shit. And this was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal with crazy exposure. Pathetic, dude. Fucking pathetic. Reuters. United Airlines is cancelling its flight to Tel Aviv. Spokesman for the Security and Foreign Policy Committee of the Iranian Parliament. We have several advanced weapons that we have not used before. Princess Salma of Jordan reported to down 6 Iranian drones tonight. Ghost of Kiev. Ghost of Jordan, dude. Tom Satin. The Ghost of Jordan, dude. Israel has released an 11-second clip that claimed that damage caused to Israel Nevatim Air Base is a result of Iran's attack. Zionist regime had used plastic pipe resistance to ballistic missile attacks, and as a result, the missile failed to destroy those plastic pipes. The missile used shovels to remove soil on the concrete walls, but didn't damage or burn the wall. Combat! Did you dig this, Combat? You know what's funny, Combat? I didn't see, if of all the videos that was available, we don't see any interceptions. In fact, there is a video from an air-to-air where you see 4 interceptions, maybe 3 interceptions. The plastic pipe is resistant to missile attack. The missile used shovel to remove the soil under the concrete walls, but didn't damage or burn the walls. Yeah. In all of the videos we saw from inside Israel, all of them passed, dude. All of them. But the only videos we saw with interceptions was from the actual fighter jet, dude. I didn't see any videos. I didn't show any videos of interceptions inside Israel. I didn't see anyone. At all, not whatsoever. We saw a lot of deployments of Iron Dome, but they were aiming for something else, and we didn't see them intercept. We also saw deployments of Patriots. We didn't see any interceptions. Not a single one. They might have intercepted something, but it was out of scope of the video, which is easy to believe. Today is the 10th anniversary of the memorial visit of Zelensky to Donetsk. I'm gonna quickly do an update here, boys. They're preparing for an attack against Iran. Minister of China held a phone call with Iran's Foreign Ministry Amir Abdullah, who informed China that the Zionist aggression would be met with a decisive and immediate response. Oh shit, dude. That's a fucking kid from Gaza, dude. Ugly fucking wound. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Lockheed Martin massive $17 billion contract to develop next-gen interceptors to guard against ICBM. Cool. Nothing from Yemen. .99 interception. None of these are intercepted. That one was intercepted, dude. Did you see that? I think so. Is that fragments? Surely that's fragments, dude. That one was intercepted. I think. I'm not 100% certain, dude. I'm not 100% certain. Because you see some of these, you see them like flashing without being intercepted. You see many of these like flashing without being intercepted, dude. 4 missiles successfully hit their target. Only 1 are intercepted. Oh shit, boys. Oh shit, dude. I need to I boiled some eggs. I need to go and eat them. Yeah, remember that UN headline, Satin. Russian attack the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, and then just below it, it was Ukraine. So they just fucking hope they would just read the headline, dude. Just like combat does. United States commitment to Israel's security is sacrosanct. Okay, I don't even know. Leaked new IT Gaza memo advises journalists to avoid using the words genocide, ethnic cleansing, and occupied territory. You don't say, dude. What about that, Gazans? You don't fucking say, dude. We fucking know. Something bad is happening on the front. The Ukrainians are furious. We need nuclear weapons. Very bad news from the front. I don't know what's happening, dude. The Ukrainians are fucking angry. Is this Russell, dude? Do we have some news about Russell? Bentley received reliable confirmation about the circumstances of the disappearance. Taking advantage of the right of the journalist not to disclose his source information based on Article 41. I cannot name him, but the information is ironclad and does not raise any doubts. My husband was taken and continues to be illegally detained by the military tank crews from the 5th Brigade. Russell was harshly detained on April 8th between approximately blah, blah, blah. So is he referring to Russians or Ukrainians? See, the wife received reliable information and confirmed information about the circumstances. Her husband was taken and continues to be illegally detained by the military tank crews from the 5th Brigade. I'm gonna ask Russia 5th Brigade. I think what the fuck is going on here, dude? I'm gonna send this to ClickLock, and I'm gonna send it to Big Bad Boom. They will find out what's happening there, dude. So, okay, that was all.